Well, thank you for joining us here on the Noon Show. We have officially made it to day 7 of the new year, and it is coming with a punch. Meteorologist Nathan Scott tells us exactly what we can do to prepare for this weather impact alert.
Good afternoon, Jurnee. Out there today, we've got a canopy of clouds in place. A few flurries have been flying around, but these are not associated with the upcoming potential winter storm by Thursday and Friday. The radar loop can't even find any flurries out there. That's how light the activity is. But here's the next 3 days. Tomorrow, no concerns, more sunshine, high at 37. And then we do have that THV 11 weather impact alert for Thursday and also into Friday, with the likelihood we will see winter weather here in central Arkansas. Winter storm watches have been posted for all the counties in the blue. That does include Little Rock, and this will go into effect Thursday and continue into Friday. Out there today, it is cold. Certainly cold enough to snow. Temperatures are stuck into the 20s right now, all because of the deck of cloud cover, and the winds just add insult to injury. So here's what it feels like out there. Bundle up if you're going to be out and about this afternoon. Those wind chill numbers are into the teens and low 20s. And today we may see a little bit of sunshine, especially into West Arkansas. I think the clouds will be locked in place, Little Rock and off to the east. So highs today primarily will stay into the low to mid 30s. Who could see snow? Who could see freezing rain and ice? And how much snow could we see? I'll have those answers and more coming up.
All right, Nathan, thank you. Well, Little Rock's road network spans across 1,700 miles. The city's public works department is responsible for making them accessible in any condition. Well, crews are already in motion to protect streets from the incoming snow and ice. THV 11's Ashley Godwin has the details.
Well, we were really lucky on the one that just went through up north in Missouri.
As central Arkansas dodges one Arctic blast, another round of winter weather is expected for later this week.
And we've got to get our mixed material ready, get it loaded at those sites in the building ready to go.
The city of Little Rock has more than a dozen trucks that will treat the roads with a salt and sand mixture made at one of the locations like this.
The front end loaders will take this. This is pure sand.
This sand will be mixed with rock salt and then loaded onto the trucks. Then, when it's time to treat the roads, the trucks will pour the mixture where it's needed.
If it's icy, we'll be throwing a lot more to get up and down the hills. If it's a powdery type snow, a lot of the flatter areas, the plows will actually take care of it.
So which roads get treated first during winter weather? Main roads have first priority.
That's your Mississippi's, Rodney Parham University, your main routes. We got to get all those open. That way ambulances, fire, police can traverse the city as needed to get to people.
So you're asked to be patient and careful if your roads aren't treated right away.
That normally takes a couple days before we can get to that, though.
The city of Little Rock plans to start pre-treating bridges and some hilly roads on Thursday before the storm moves in. Back to you.
Well, keeping the roads safe is the city's concern, but it's your responsibility to get your home winter ready. Utility experts warn of increased bills in the event of low temperatures. For that reason, Arkansas Electric Cooperatives are reminding people of the number of precautionary steps.
We can notice if your insulation is lacking, if there's a lot of air leakage in and out of the home, which is actually, that's the primary driver of high utility bills in the winter, is air leakage, air infiltration. So that cold winter air sneaking into your home. We can check on things like if your ductwork is in good shape.
Using heat tape is an ideal way to seal any open gaps and save money in the long run. And places are stepping up across central Arkansas to shelter those needing to keep warm. Multiple warming centers will be opened in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Conway, and Jacksonville. Our team has that information available online. You can just find this story on our website, thv11.com, for everything you need to know. It's been over 4 years since rioters seized the U.S. Capitol. Among them are 3 Arkansas residents hoping for a Trump pardon following their conviction. Hundreds have already been charged for their involvement in the January 6th attack. That includes Fayetteville's Nathan Hughes. He was sentenced to 25 months in prison last month. Also sentenced is Richard Barnett and David Camden, who awaits sentencing.
He hasn't been specific whether he's going to pardon them in a blanket. So is this all 1,600 people? Or is this a grouping? We haven't had a blanket pardon from a president in this country since Andrew Johnson with the Confederacy, right?
Lawyers representing Camden were the only ones that responded to requests for comment. He says his client will not speak until after sentencing. 6 Arkansas police officers are off the force following allegations of hazing and misconduct. Laura Spencer reports on what an internal investigation has revealed.
Rodrigo Roque, Michael D'Agostino, Danny Nakalabin, Seth Dominic, Johnny Lay, and Dalton Tucker are no longer Fort Smith police officers.
We want the public to know that we expect accountability from us just as much as they do.
And the department says their goal is to make sure they can't be at any other department in Arkansas through decertification.
It's any law enforcement agency's responsibility to let people know that these types of individuals are out there.
The process is led by the state's Commission on Law Enforcement Standards and Training. In documents from the Department of Public Safety, the process involves a written notice and a hearing. The Commission can revoke certification over a few reasons. Some are failure to meet minimum requirements, conduct that is punishable by law, and committing a violation of the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. If an officer wants to argue the decertification, they can request a hearing within 20 days of the notice. They can then plea their case to a commission in a public meeting, which they have around every 2 months. Department heads must have a letter of justification or other documentation requested by the commission if they want to request decertification. These actions the former officers in Fort Smith are accused of could be deemed criminal, like pointing a firearm at another person.
It's aggravated assault, in fact.
But the 6 terminated officers are not facing criminal charges at this time, as none of the officers who were victim of threats with firearms are pressing charges right now.
We've consulted with them to they have that option if they want to pursue that.
People in North Little Rock are standing up against building a meat processing plant near the city's prominent downtown district. We learned the facility will go up in the city's Dark Hollow area. It would join an existing food servicing and packaging center nearby. Well, signs are in place pointing toward a major change. We spoke to residents who say the plans are inconsiderate.
We don't need a slaughterhouse, we need these streets fixed. It's floods right here.
No slaughterhouse in our neighborhood. I mean, that would be disrespectful. I grew up in the country and I was around hogs. Hog odor don't stay put. It spreads across the community.
The city will discuss the proposal on January 14th. Mayor Terry Hardwick, however, says that might be postponed until February. Well, we're nearly halfway through the first week of the year. How are those New Year's resolutions holding on? If you're cutting alcohol, we share the benefits of going dry at 12:18.
And for Thursday into Friday, we do have that THB 11 weather impact alert. The probability of seeing winter weather here in central Arkansas is high. Will it be all snow or will it be a combination of snow, freezing rain, and sleet? I'll have all the answers that you need to know coming up.